Hello Pisces and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. My goodness, you're first off the bat this fortnight. I got the message to do Pisces first, so that's what we're doing. So you are the first reading I'm doing for the fortnight of April the 16th through to the 30th, which is what this reading is for. So we're moving from Aries season into Taurus. So moving from fire to earth. And I think that transition into the earth will be kind of a smoother and nicer transition for you guys. There is a full moon happening on the 17th, give or take a day, depending on where you are in the world, in the sign of Libra, which is the opposite sign of Aries, as the full moons are always in the opposite signs. And yeah, we will see what is coming in for you, because there's a lot of energy being activated for you guys at this moment with Jupiter and Neptune in your sign, at home in your sign. And also they've had a lovely little meeting. They're meeting up and going, hey, let's talk, and let's talk about some of those beautiful higher things around spirituality, what we want to expand in the world, opening up and dreaming a little. So we'll see what's coming in for you, Pisces. Now, this reading is for Pisces, Sun, Moon and Rising, so I always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know them, because this gives you the fuller picture of what's going on for you. The Moon sign will be more subjective, and the Ascendant and the Sun sign will have different feels to them as well. And this is a general reading. Pisces, just take what feels right and leave the rest, and if it does really resonate, then there will be an extended reading, and the link for that is in the description box below. We have the Magician, Gemini, Virgo, Mercury, Virgo, and the Fool, Aquarius, Air, Uranus, Scorpio. So immediately you're making new plans. You're working out the how, the why. There's new plans afoot here. You're manifesting new things into your world, which actually feels really good. And for some of you are getting quite literally air travel. So some of you might actually be booking a trip. But this, feels good with the Magician and the Fool. This is actually the start of the Fool's journey in the major arcana. The Fool is number 0. It's the very beginning. I'm just doing it. I'm stepping into it. And the Magician is, okay, you've decided to do this. And I do really feel like this is messages from Jupiter and Neptune, just kind of saying, just do it, start it. This is a start of a big new soul growth cycle for you. The fact it's come in as the 0 and the 1 in the Fool's journey. And so the Magician is, okay, we're doing it, so how are we doing it? Let's see, consciously kind of really connecting with this and seeing what this is and where this is going, because it feels like it's come from a very high vibrational place of spirit. So let's see, but there are new plans. And we've got Wand, Princess, Fire, Palace. Okay, so it is to do with the element of fire as well. So this is what's being developed here. And the Wand Princess can be very creative energy. It can also be around your career, your work, or something that you're kind of it can be around passion, the fire energy of something, that it can be around a relationship, but it's something that's starting small. It's something that you're getting this, you're kind of following your heart with this. You really are. It's a sense of, I just know I have to be doing this. I might not have a lot of experience in this situation or with this person or with this particular arena I'm stepping into, but I just feel like I need to do it. It's heart first. So yeah, it feels like it's starting small, but it could develop into something really quite special. So let's see there's like the alchemy and magic around it, because I'm kind of being shown things that need to be put into a furnace, like say glass or I don't know, blacksmithing or something, where something changes shape and form. There's an alchemical process because of the fire, because of the motivation, the drive, the passion that you are putting into this. So, yeah, interesting. You're quite literally, it feels exciting. It feels, like it's lifting your spirits, which is actually a really, really nice energy to come through. So let's see what else is coming in with this, Pisces. And a lot of the energy that's happening in Taurus is actually going to be sextiling you and your sun, or some of the planets that you will have in Pisces. So this is kind of where there's a lot of who you are is going to be helping this project. The Three of Swords. Okay, so crossed by the Two of Wands. This is kind of interesting because it's like you haven't been able to move on from something or someone that has really hurt you. The King of Swords, but now you are. Now you got it in your mind with the King of Swords. It's like, okay, time for a new strategy, time to take action here. Wow, beautiful. The Ace of Cups. I love it. The birth, something beautiful is birthing here. The birth of love, the birth of new feelings. Very, very exciting. The Six of Wands. Okay. So there's a lot of fire. There's a success around this starting, actually, which is a very successful start. And then we've got the King of Wands. I like this. It's in good hand. This is all to do with your element of fire. And I know you've kind of been through Aries season, and part of this reason is still for Aries season. So it's something new that you've potentially been wanting to start. I'm getting around the Aries new moon. So it would have been around the beginning of April, but for whatever reason, because Saturn was coming in and putting the brakes on everything, it felt like it couldn't quite get off the ground yet until now. But now it's in all, the one princess is in good hands because she's got the King of Wands there helping her. So whatever this energy is, whatever this thing that you're developing, the universe is supporting it. And actually it's you, like we said, you're the King of Wands here, not gender specific, but you're the one that is the creator of the vision. You're the one that's stepping in and the master magician in your world. And you're the one that's creating this beautiful thing that's birthing. And you're the one that's feeling in control of this. So it feels really beautiful because this is the wonderful aspects inside of you is what's helping this develop. So yeah, justice, there's potentially new contracts around this. The Magician, we've got that twice now. So there's a lot of things beginning, starting, a lot of resources coming to you around this. The Four of Swords. So yeah, hopes and fears, and the outcome, the Nine of Pentacles. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful energy to come through with this. So, and I want to pull one more with that, the High Priestess. Wow. Okay, interesting. And at the base, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So this is very much where fire grounds down into the earth of Taurus. The fire of Aries grounds down. So whatever it is that you're starting, and it might feel like, exciting when it first starts, it's going to start grounding down into something that's going to feel quite solid and good and feel more real. So it's kind of interesting. And the High Priestess is sitting right next to you there going, you know what? You trusted your intuition. I told you this would be real or will be revealed at the right time. But you had to really trust it at this process because this is the situation, the Three of Swords, something kind of has been hurting you here. Something has hurt you. It's the Three of Swords is heartache. It's sadness. It's pain. It's something that's it's a wound of some sort. It can quite literally represent your Chiron or your wound, if you know where that is in the chart. But it's crossed by the Two of Wands, like the thing that potentially has been hurting you is that you haven't been able to start. So that's where we were saying Saturn's bringing in a lot of delays, and it's kind of felt like, oh, when is this going to happen? So part of the wound may have been around taking action, initiating things and wanting to start something new and feeling like you couldn't move on from a pain point. So it can be any of those sort of things. But we've got the King of Swords in your conscious mind. This is the card of Aquarius. And this is kind of strangely, an interesting thing with the Three of Swords is it's actually the thoughts, it's the swords that are piercing the heart. It's to do with, it does require a shift in perhaps the way you're perceiving or thinking about it, because it is your thoughts that are ultimately hurting you here in the way that you're processing something, which is why in your conscious mind it's good that you've got the King of Swords, because this is the master of your thoughts energy. This is very much, it's quite rational and almost very detached, cool and detached energy. This may be the person that you're thinking about if there's been a breakup of some sort where somebody just kind of went a bit cold. So this could be someone in particular that you're thinking about, but there's new love and new healing coming in if this is what something that you're relating to. But the King of Swords, I think, is also just an aspect of your own mind. Getting very, very clear and strong about what you're going to take action on, and thinking underneath the Magician, this is planning and strategy. So You may be actually having conversations and meetings with people and talking with people. There may be communication of some sort where you're kind of working out some plans. And, again, this is the card of Aquarius. So the air energy of really a lot of, and you are crowned by Mercury. So communication, organization, all these things are key. The way you're thinking about things are key with getting this off the ground. At the base, you've got the Ace of Cups. So this is kind of interesting because in your conscious mind, you're being very logical and rational with the King of Swords, or you kind of processing how somebody's kind of detached emotionally, but there's a new emotion coming in deep down. This is at the root of the issue, and this is a beautiful gift that's coming to you. The gift of love, the gift of healing, the gift of feeling differently about things. So this is this actually might be connecting you to some of you to your intuitive gifts as well, or just gifts that you have. So the Ace of Cups is something very beautiful is birthing here deep down, and you are kind of, I feel like there's this beautiful nurturing energy that's coming in, and just there's this sense of I'm just keep being shown like sparkles and magic, like bubbles, sparkles, magic in that kind of childlike wonder sense. So it feels really light, which is nice. So in the recent past, we've got the Six of Wands. So this is recognition and success of some sort. So with the Wand Princess, it's like something has, and whether this is internal or external, something has been recognized. A spark has been recognized. Something that you know that you can do, something that you like doing, or someone that you like to connect with, if I can say it properly. And this is kind of like just recognizing the spark, a very successful energy. For some of you, this could be quite literally people saying congratulations to you. You've kind of got this. You've got something new that you're now working on, or you've received, or you've won something, or there's been some kind of good news that has come in with the Six of Wands and the Wand Princess. So it's kind of like, you quite literally could be getting congratulations. But the thing is, I get for a lot of you, this is recognizing the spark within yourself. So that feels really important as well. So there's a sense of internal validation and external validation that comes through with knowing that this is something that you really should be doing. So it starts with fire. The fire. It starts with what they're showing me, like, I don't know why I'm being shown this, but like cavemen making a fire and discovering fire for the first time, and how an important primal part of life this was. How the discovery of fire, say, for, I don't know the exact history or what exact period in history that fire was discovered by the first early humans on the planet, but it revolutionized things. It really was. You could do things so many. It was like, it's like the iPhone of caveman times, fire. And it was, there's something revolutionary about this, the fact it's coming in with a lot of Aquarius energy too, which is really interesting. So you've got the King of Wands. So this is a real Aries energy. And we are in Aries season. This is you taking the reins, going, okay, I see the spark. I see what this is. This could be, and I'm learning how to use this fire. I'm taking it and I'm revolutionizing it in my life. So the fire could represent anything. It can represent something you're really passionate about. It can be something really creative. It can be love. It can be something like a new goal, and drive and ambition. It can be any sort of thing, but this is you going, right, I'm the King of Wands. Like I said, not gender specific, but it's just stepping up and going, I'm large and in charge, and I'm bossing up, and I know what it is that I've got now. I know I've got what it takes. I know I've got the skills and abilities and gifts, and I'm just going to do it. So yeah, it's kind of bossing up quite literally, but taking action. It's quite a masculine energy. So interestingly, you're presenting as the Justice energy, which is quite official. It's quite an official Justice energy, is around a bit like the King of Swords. It's quite detached and impartial. It is around things needing to be fair. fairness, justice, wanting justice of some sort. But it can also be around contracts, ready to start a new contract here of some sort. So in your life, and this can be soul contracts, this can be a contract with yourself. I do feel like in general, like on a higher level, this is a soul contract that you're stepping into now. So in terms of a life lesson that you are starting, which is actually really fantastic. And how that presents is going to be unique for all of you, because it may be within a relationship, it could be a person, it could be a creative endeavor, it could be anything. But this is why we've got the Magician coming in super, super strong, because it's your pure consciousness and will and the magic inside of you that's actually making this happen and work. So again, the Magician energy, it's very divinely inspired, but it's also got this sense of belief, like I can do this. So successful new plans is coming in. So the Four of Swords, as hopes and fears, the Four of Swords is a period of retreat, withdrawal, rest and recovery, a mindset shift, connecting to inner wisdom. A lot of the energy that you've got around you at this moment is there's a lot of divine masculine energy about taking action. But then we've also got the divine feminine here with the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. But at the moment, we're in the divine masculine. Boom, we're doing this. And then I think you might need a little bit of a break or a rest. So get that initial thing started, get it off the ground, and then take some time out. Not saying that to let it go, but to kind of just, you don't want to get too burnt out by this. So it's all about managing the fire within. So as an outcome, we've got the Nine of Pentacles and the High Priestess. I mean, this is a fantastic outcome to come in for you, Pisces. And I love this. And the High Priestess is a very Piscean energy as well. It has Pisces, Cancer is very watery, even throw a bit of Scorpio in there as well. But the Nine of Pentacles is all around independence, even financial freedom for some of you. It's feeling really grateful and abundant. So, I mean, we can see it's, she's fancy free. This character is very much he or she, however you want to look at it. Very fancy free. It's time to sit and connect with spirit, connect with the birds, connect with some of the finer things in life. And this might just be enjoying and being in the present moment. But ultimately, everything is being provided for. There's a sense of getting what it is that you need on a material level when it comes to money, or it comes to your living situation or your career, just feeling like you're doing things on your own terms and you've got enough to feel comfortable. So this is a sense of abundance, but in your everyday life. So sometimes these are the small things. Sometimes it's, having a little bit of time to just sit out in the sun and listen to the birds. Or sometimes it's, the nice thing of being able to buy something online that makes you feel really good. Whatever it is, there's this lovely sense of there's enough around. There's enough being provided for you, more than enough to feel comfortable. And so this is a nice energy to come through with the Nine of Pentacles. The other thing is that you're kind of doing, like I said, it's a very independent energy for some of you that are going through, and like if you've been through a bit of a breakup, or you're getting over the Three of Swords energy, healing that. The Nine of Pentacles is just happy in your own skin, happy to be me. Sometimes it's happy to be on your own. But it's doing things on your own terms. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be single in any way. It just means if you are single, you're going to be happy about it. But you can be like this within a relationship as well. Next to the High Priestess, this is very much your intuition coming in super strong. And the High Priestess is the card of synchronicity, serendipity, and it's kind of like what I get is it's like the High Priestess is saying, I told you so. I told you. See, I'm showing you now what I was telling you, what intuitive message you were getting. You're now seeing for yourself. Your seeing is believing kind of thing. So yeah, interesting with the High Priestess. So that's a beautiful energy to come through. And at the base, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the external action that you're taking is, again, making you feel really, really good and comfortable on the inside. With both the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles coming in, both of these are about comfort, serenity, stability, feeling that in your everyday life, everyday routines, feeling like things are just feeling comfortable and stable for you. So this is actually a really, really nice energy to come through, where it feels like some things might just settle for a little bit, or there's a part of you that has settled, which is actually a nice energy considering that life has been pretty up and down of late. It's been pretty volatile with everything that's been going on. And so it's a nice energy. What I'm kind of getting is that there's a part of you, and it doesn't have to be all of your life, but there's a part of you that your soul can rest for a moment and feel just happy and settled within this energy. So it's actually a very beautiful energy to come through for you, Pisces, and I'm loving this energy. It's what you need. It really is what you need. So let's pull an affirmation card. This is the message from the universe that it wants to affirm to you, and maybe wants you to affirm to yourself. It says, divine wisdom guides me. I'm guided throughout this day in making the right choices. Divine intelligence continuously guides me in the realization of my goals. I am safe. Beautiful, because on a bigger picture, this is what this is. Like the one princess is the start of a goal. It's the kind of, very beginning point, and then it's kind of like the how, the getting something off the ground, feeling successful. There's some successful momentum behind it, and feeling quite settled with where this is going and the fact that you've done it as well. The fact you've started, because part of the starting was what was wounding you. It felt like that was blocked for whatever reason. So yeah, this is all about, on a deeper level, a realization of a goal. So that's really fantastic. And this says, I let go of all expectations. I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself. I know that only good awaits me at every turn. So yeah, this is, what I love about that is it kind of feels like there's been a little bit of trust restored, simply because we've got the High Priestess there next to the Nine of Pentacles, kind of saying, seeing is believing. I told you so. I told you that this would be okay, but you kind of had to wait to believe it. And so in a weird way, even though it doesn't mean that everything's going to just suddenly click your fingers and it's all going to be perfect and work out, life just isn't like that. But it feels like it's able to trust your instincts with this, trust your intuition, and something did really work out this time. So this is actually really nice. So let's pull a charm for you. Beautiful. We've got the tree. Okay, interesting. And what it's saying is that even though there may be limitations around, you're kind of working within the parameters of which you've got. You're making the best and the most of the situation that you're in at this moment in time. Some of you are wanting to break free of these limitations. The tree represents that there has been, this always represents Saturn for me, that there's a sense of wanting to grow and expand, and there's been limitations around that with the circle. But the Fool energy wants to step beyond that. With Uranus, it wants to free you. So there is a sense of moving beyond limitations, and that there is potential for new growth coming in. But even if that's not something that you're seeing straight away or feeling straight away, and again, I still get that some of you are going to book a trip. There's a sense of flying up and above and beyond something. So whether that's literal or quite literally just metaphorically, there's a sense of wanting to get up away from these kind of restrictive energy. But either way, you kind of, even if you are still working within those restrictions and limitations, you're still making the most of it and going, okay, well, this is what I've got to work with. It's kind of like if you've been given, you've got 5 items in your pantry, what are you going to make out of it? Make dinner. And how are you going to make dinner out of these 5 items? And it's kind of, you kind of almost have to get a little bit creative with it and be really resourceful as well. And through that resourcefulness and that creativity and that process, you might make this really beautiful dinner or meal that's coming out. And there will be this sense of satisfaction because you had to start from this limited space in the first place. But you kind of overcame those limitations and made something that was felt like it moved beyond that. So that's kind of the analogy that I've been given for you, Pisces. So beautiful reading, actually. And I do feel like, a lot of this reading is sprinkled with magic fairy dust from Jupiter in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces. Those energies that are kind of just looking after you. They're like your little fairy godmother kind of planets at this moment in time, which is nice. Really, really nice. And so that's it. That's your reading, Pisces. I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now. We're going to see what's coming in the near future. What's happening once you take the reins as the King of Wands, once you step into the ownership of this and claim this as yours, and, you know, a sense of feeling really comfortable with this, even though you may not be necessarily experienced. It might be new. It might feel a little bit like, you know, there is with the fire, there's always volatility with the fire, but it's still got that grounded anchor to it as well, with the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles with the earth energy. It's like, where is this going? You know, you're only at the very beginning of this. Where is it all heading? Because the High Priestess is kind of saying things will be revealed along the way. But let's take a little look further into the future and see where this is all going. And we'll get any extra clarifications or any extra intuitive messages. And then we're also later on in the reading, in the extended reading, we're going to tune into career, money, love and relationships and focus in on those three areas and just really kind of see what we get specific to those three areas. So that's all in the extended reading. Pisces, would love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below, and I usually pin the links to the comments as well, if I remember. But yeah, if this is where we're leaving each other, thank you so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, because that lets YouTube know that you support the channel, the content that's been made on the channel, and it helps with the growth of the channel. And take care.